What's up, Poppin T Fam? It's your host, Poppin T, back for an episode. It's been a while. We are finally back. The Ravens, it's just getting closer and closer. Today was the first day of OTAs.
Yeah.
It was 90 degrees outside. It's just starting to feel like that time of the year again. Pop, what's up with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm ready for football to come back, and this doesn't feel like a normal Ravens offseason, so it's just making me even more anxious to just start the season.
I'm very excited, man. I haven't felt like this in a while.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Ravens.
I know. I just started up my Ravens franchise with all the draft picks and the free agents and stuff. That's how deep into this offseason and how deep my excitement is for this team. Like, I
did the same thing, but it was too easy, and I ended up playing one season. I'm like, man, this wasn't a challenge. This was just it was just workage, man. That line protected Lamar. They got better throughout the season, progressed.
Trey Hendrickson's a menace.
Yeah, dude. I think he had 16 for me, and then Tavius went crazy for some reason. Mike went dumb. It was a great year.
Yeah.
Did it in year one, so hopefully Jesse can come in and and produce those same results.
I think it's definitely possible.
I think so too, man. So let's get into this episode. Tea of the day, I guess. It's not really tea, it's public news. Today was the first day of OTAs for the Ravens. Pop, were you able to see anything online? What were your initial impressions from what you saw, possibly, and just how are you feeling about the Ravens getting back to football?
I was working today. I didn't see many clips, but I did see like a kind of summary from like a Ravens TikTok account. And it sounds like Jacoby Lane had a crazy day, which is definitely exciting as we kind of continue our search for an wide receiver for this football team.
Yeah.
If one of those two third and fourth round rookies, him and Elijah Surratt, can emerge as that role, which I think is likely, that would be a huge plus to the offense, just getting a different skill set than what Zay can provide. And then I think Jesse Minter, new head coach, had a quote being like, I want this to be the loudest, like craziest, most communicative defense in NFL history. And apparently Roquan was a madman at practice today, like just setting up the formations and getting the defense right. So that certainly gets me excited too, considering the woes and the trauma I have received from Zach Orr defenses. But other than that, you love to hear that the group is communicating on both sides of the ball. We only had 2 false starts, first day of practice, with some new additions to the offensive line.
Not bad.
I mean, that whole interior unit is basically fresh. So to hear them gelling already is a good sign for what we can expect with Jesse Minter.
Yeah. I was able to watch a couple of videos, man, and I'm just super excited for this team to go. It seems like they've bought in. They're behind Minter. Seemed like people were ready for a change, maybe a new way of looking at things, and it seems like they're excited to get in this new offense, this new defense, and just seems like they're ready to go. People are there. Lamar's not there. They say he has something going on, but like I was just looking at the clips and looking around, and like guys are there. I saw Stanley. I know I saw Zay. Obviously, all the rookies were there.
Derek's there.
Yeah, like it's time to play football, and people are excited to play football, and I love to see that.
Yeah.
So, we always start with our tier day. I wanted to start with that, but Pop, you were on tour for a while, my friend.
Yes, I am now back ready to deliver all of our rants of the Baltimore Ravens.
We're definitely gonna go on one today. But Pop, you went on a tour with your band. My bad, Pump Action, for over a month. Spanned half the country.
Damn near the whole thing.
My bad. Let me not disrespect the whole the whole damn country. What were your thoughts on the tour, man? Just break it down for us, just a little bit from your POV and some experiences and just that moment for you.
Appreciate the shout out. Pump Action is my band. I don't think I've really talked about it too much on here, but it's my main reasoning for moving to Nashville. And we just got done about 2.5 weeks ago with our first headline tour of the country.
Yes, Lord.
I mean, it was a co-headline, so we played every show with this band, The Retrograde, and I would say we were the headliners at probably 23 of 28 shows, and then they were the headliners in those other 5 spots. But
okay.
It was crazy, like one of the best experiences of my life, getting to see the entire country in such a short time, knowing that like no matter where we were in the country, there was going to be someone in that crowd that had traveled to our show to sing our songs, listen to our music. Like, we did not play a show where there wasn't at least someone who was like singing along, like came from a distance to
That's dope. That's dope.
Like, knowing we got fans in North California, a place that I've never been until this past tour. It's like, that's sick. Knowing that we have fans in Taos, New Mexico, up in the mountains in Taos, New Mexico. Like,
that's dope.
These people drove 3 hours from Albuquerque to come see us in Taos, New Mexico.
Jeez.
Like, that's crazy. And it was just
base,
so
man.
cool. Yeah.
Supportive. I love that.
And it definitely gets me excited, like, going forward, if we keep our foot on the gas on our end, like, it's only going to get better. Like, as we continue to grow, put out new music, grow our social medias and fan base and stuff, like, we're only going to sell more tickets. We're only going to sell more merch. We're only going to play bigger rooms. So I think for a first tour, that it definitely felt like a success in my mind, and
that's good.
I'm excited to I mean, it was one of the best experiences of my life. Exhausting though.
I could imagine. Touring the country in such a short time span. Feel like you're constantly moving, packing up, moving to the next spot, sleeping in different beds. Probably just felt restless. Probably doing most of your sleeping in the car, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that.
I couldn't imagine, man. So shout out to you. You got a spot that stuck out in your mind, a place that was like, I really enjoyed playing here.
Yeah, I think a sleeper one was Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay.
It was, I mean, it was to the point where when we were rolling into this place, we were like texting our manager, like, why are we playing Saginaw, Michigan on a Friday night? Like, shouldn't we be somewhere that people know about?
Somewhere, a little bigger town.
But like, this place is so small and there's so little going on in Saginaw that every weekend these people go to this venue to like watch live music, because that's all that there is to do in Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay.
So we had over 50 fans that traveled from like Cleveland, Ann Arbor, Detroit, who came just for Pump Action. You had the regular town fan base, like, that didn't know us but was still there just because they wanted to hear live music. Then you had a couple dozen people from the Retrograde who traveled for the Retrograde. It just ended up being a crazy night with a great crowd, and like, I think we did the second most merch in that city than we did anywhere else.
That's dope.
But the first most merch was Atlanta, and that was probably the best show, like, overall, I would say. That one was sick. Sick venue. My pops flew in for it. My girlfriend drove up from Nashville for it.
That's nice.
And
That's nice.
It was crazy.
The big
Great
ATL.
crowd. Yeah.
I remember yours is from Atlanta, correct?
Spencer, yeah.
Shout out to
So it was a little bit of a hometown show too. Like, we knew it was going to be popping, but I didn't think it was going to be that crazy.
That's dope, man. Shout out to the ATL.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tua
Worst
turning the
show?
ball over.
Reno.
Say it again.
Worst show is Reno, Nevada, by far.
Why is that?
Just like, it was a Tuesday night. Nothing was going on in Reno. I don't think we played till 11:30 at night in Reno.
Tuesday
So
at 11:30.
There was just no one there.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the...
there was 2 Pump Action fans that stayed till 11:30 to hear us play.
Shout out to those 2 fans.
Yeah.
11:30 on a Tuesday. How do I'm going to sleep.
Our van got busted into in H-Town as well.
The bus vandalism, I guess.
Yeah. But anyways, we don't got to talk about the tour anymore. I was ranting a while about it, but glad to be back. Glad to be talking some Ravens.
5 months have passed since John Harbaugh has been fired. 18-year head coach. Can you describe your thoughts? How you feeling? I feel a new energy. Could you say the same?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit when we were talking about training camp vibes being up, but it seems like vibes across the whole organization, the fan base, the players, the staff are up, and I have enjoyed seeing Harbaugh be all like, sounds horrible, but like in his interviews, it feels like he's like trying to like make digs at the Ravens. It's just like, dude, we are on to bigger and better things. Have fun with Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I can't lie. I will be hate watching the New York Giants this season.
No doubt. No doubt.
I cannot wait to hate watch. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for a new, young, innovative head coach. I'm excited for Declan Doyle. Like, people have talked about him being 29 years old as a con, but like, I see that as a pro. Like,
yeah,
he's going to be young. He's going to be innovative. He's going to be able to connect with Lamar. Going to be able to work together, build together. Anthony Weaver's back. That D-line was ferocious when he was here. Talk about it later, but like adding Calais Campbell, possibly getting Beaks back. I'm just adding Trey Hendrickson. I'm just very excited for everything that's going on in Baltimore right now, from top to bottom. The draft, I'm very excited about the draft. I'm excited for this new era of Ravens football.
I cannot agree more, honestly. But the only thing is, dude, I have been grieving the loss. Like, I think about it often of Patrick Ricard. Like,
I'm asleep.
He's on my mind, bro.
I'm asleep.
Why?
Shout out to bro, love him to death, salute. Fellow CAA ball player, but just, dude, like, we don't need a fullback, whatever. If we running 3 tight ends and that's how we gonna get to it, and we gonna run the play action out of that, and all these dudes can run, Hibner, Cuevas, Smythe, Mandrews, take his big old 6'2", 305 ass to New York with John, and they can run their slow football. I'm trying to go.
Okay.
So
I get it.
Shout out to bro, but like you said, we're on to bigger and better things, man.
Fair enough.
I love him, but Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. We can find ways. If this O-line can do their job, we don't need a Pat Ricard. We need a Pat Ricard because them big dumb 2 idiots up there side to side of Tyler Linderbaum. That's why we need a Ricard, because them boys were garbage. But hopefully we'll be a little better interior this year, and we won't need Pat Ricard to be a 6-0 lineman to come there and save our butts, because we can't win our assignment, you know?
I think that's what I needed to hear. I think that's what I needed to hear.
So, shout out to bro, but I'm all right. New York, I will be watching.
Yeah.
I might start a whole new podcast just to hate on New York. A whole new thing, just that I Hate Giants page.
I like that. I'll be there with you if you need a co-host.
Let's do it. All right, man. John Harbaugh's in the past. Whatever. Yeah. Got our little kicks out about that one. Describe to me, and obviously I'll let you expand on this one word, but explain to me in one word how you're feeling about the four-headed monster of Jesse Minter, Declan Doyle, Anthony Weaver, and Anthony Levine Sr.
I'm just like, one word is tough, but like, curious, like excited, something like that. I just want to know, like, with a good coach, what is the ceiling? Because I feel like the Ravens historically under Harbaugh have been high floor. Yeah. But like, you're messing around with the best quarterback in the world. Like, I don't want a high floor.
Yeah.
I want to see, and I think that this group is like young and like have been picked to use these talents. Like, there's the best quarterback, the best like safety freak of nature on your defense. Like,
yeah,
you brought in two young guys for a reason, because they're gonna know the most hip, the best, the newest. They're not gonna be afraid to experiment with whatever's gonna put specifically those two players in the best position to maximize what they can do. So I guess like excited. That's the only way I can really say it.
I guess it's a synonym of excited. My word would be energized. I guess maybe re-energized. Make it a little different.
Limitless. There's mine.
With these dudes, bro. Like, I just watching interviews and seeing them do the Wired stuff and the Lounge podcast that they do. Just seeing the way they articulate what they want to do, what their mission is, what the goal is, what the vision is, what the mindset is. They're all just, it just feels so refreshing. Like, there is no. John Harbaugh was a politician, man. John Harbaugh was great at what he did. He was a politician. He would talk his way around things, and he wouldn't answer the question, there is no Super Bowl pressure. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Like, why are you acting like there's no pressure? Yes, there is. There's been pressure since 2019. Lamar won an MVP. Why are we walking around the building like there's not? There's a sense of urgency around here, dude. Let's go. And, like, I feel like all the new coaches have come in with that sense of urgency. It's like, yo, we know what's on the line. And maybe it's just because they just watched OG get fired. They just watched coach 18 years get fired. And everybody like, oh, shit. Oh, people actually lose their jobs over here in Baltimore. Maybe that's why everybody feeling like that. But I don't think that's that. Like, I genuinely think these guys, like, are not running from the task, are not running from the moment. Like, Jesse Minter knows the expectations to bring a Super Bowl to Baltimore. And he's making that known across the team, to the media, to the fans, that he knows what's on the line and he's ready to go. And I'm re-energized with this coaching staff. They just all have this glow about them right now in the building. And maybe come October to be a little more beat down. But right now, man, it just seems like they all, and I'm not saying it didn't seem like this with John Harbaugh. He didn't love football. But it just really seems like they love football and love being in the building, being with the guys, and giving them and teaching them this new knowledge. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I don't see how you can be a Ravens fan and not be excited about this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, maybe if Harbaugh had been hired fired 2 or 3 years ago, that'd be one thing. But I think every fan was ready for this infusion of youth and like just new energy to the team.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think if it would have been another year Harbaugh and had the same results, I genuinely think the city would have revolted. Like, they would have went down
or the
M&T
team
with somebody with pitchforks, torches, and they would have tore it down. Like, it would have been bad. I think everybody, like you said, had reached that point. And it was just like I don't know, it was like a sigh of relief. I just remember the next day it was like 74 degrees out, and this was like January. It was like 74 degrees in Baltimore on January 6th, 2026. Like, January 7th. The day after Harbaugh got fired, I'm telling you, the birds were chirping. The sun had came out. The trees were blossoming. The flowers were blossoming. Dude, it was crazy. Like, you could just... You could just feel the freshness in the air, dude. It was it was a great day after Harbaugh got fired. Salute to bro. I'm so excited. Jesse Minter. I'm sorry to everybody listening. I'm getting off the topic. Jesse Minter was over there giving Patrick Mahomes the work. Every quarterback he played, he was giving him the work. Like, I would never forget the game this year against the Eagles. He made Jalen Hurts look like he didn't belong in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, that Chargers defense was on Hurts' tail. And I'm just like, he was over there doing that with Derwin James and the replacements. Right? My bad. Shout out Khalil Mack and the replacements. He's coming over here to Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks, Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey. Hopefully he can get back, right, to what he was. Chidobe, Roquan, Teddy, Trey Hendrickson, Matty BK, hopefully, Calais Campbell, Travis Jones, Mike Green. Like, you're coming over here and giving him a full toolbox. Like, he was over there working with scraps. He has a full toolbox over here.
Tony Jefferson was a starter on his team last year.
Like, that's truly unk.
Yeah.
He was over there.
He was out the league.
And like, we got Jalen Hawkins from over there from New England. He was a starter over there. A productive guy over there, and he's coming over here to be our third safety.
Yeah.
Like a rotational guy for us. Obviously, we run 3 safeties a lot, so he's going to play a lot of snaps. But, like, still, like, I think we have a lot of depth over there, and Jesse Minter just gets to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Lining up, Matty BK put 3 D tackles outside of the guard. I mean, not 3 D tackles, 3 linemen and one on the other side. Put Matty BK, Mike, and Trey on the same side just to mess with the D line, and then he's sending a blitz from the other side, and somebody drop out. Like, you have to slide the line that way, and it just allows the blitz from the other side to come, and it's just I'm so excited for what these guys can bring to Baltimore, man. All right, so kind of working in off-season order, timeline order. We don't want to spend too much time on these guys because these guys are no longer part of our team, part of our package, part of our problem. But we lost some key guys, some key contributors, some guys that hopefully, feel comfortable with coming back to be a Raven once they said, retire, come back for games, all of that. Stay a part of the community. But we took some hits for sure. Tyler Linderbaum, Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kolar, Alohi Gilman, Darius Washington, Draymond Jones, Pat Ricard, Jordan Stout. If I forget anybody, remind me. But these guys got paid. Tyler Linderbaum is the highest paid center in the NFL. Jordan Stout became the highest paid punter in the NFL. Isaiah Likely is making more than what Mark Andrews is making, which is about $13 million a year, and Charlie Kolar is making $8 million a year, which is the highest blocking tight end salary in the league. So just what is your thoughts? And Draymond got paid too. I don't know how much Pat got paid, whatever, but what was your thoughts on those guys leaving? Your initial thoughts to losing those guys.
Keaton too.
Oh yeah, and Keaton too. My bad. And just how you're feeling now after the draft and free agency about losing those guys. What are the kind of difference between initial and where we are now?
I mean, I think that of everyone on this list, everything makes sense to me. Like why we had to let them go. Except for because like Linderbaum was never gonna get paid.
Yeah.
We clearly had a plan to double dip at the tight end spot, and we weren't gonna pay either of those guys as backups that kind of money.
Yeah.
I like Jalen Hawkins as a like push replacement for Alohi or Ardarius. I mean, I think he'll be just as good, if not better.
Definitely.
And he provides the size that Ardarius just doesn't have.
Yeah.
Draymond, obviously we got Zion and Trey Hendrickson, so like filled that hole. Patrick Ricard's the only one where it's like, man, he does change the run game. Like
yeah, he does.
He does change the run game as I know we're changing schemes and all that, but that is one of the best blockers at the fullback spot in the league. Like, probably the best blocker at fullback.
100%.
That's just a tough thing to lose, especially when so much of your offense is predicated on the run.
Yeah.
But I think that the change of scheme is going to keep our run game where it has been, while maybe bringing a little bit more out of Lamar. But those are my thoughts. It's just like it all makes sense to me. Like I don't hate that anything that Eric did, because like I wouldn't have paid the guys that what they got paid.
Yeah.
Like maybe like if it was a choice between Likely and Mark, and I know it was, but like at that point, like Mark is already paid. Even if you liked him Likely better, you already made the choice to pay Mark. Like
yeah
Likely
100%.
was gone as soon as that decision was made.
Yeah, because you're just not paying both two tight ends at the same amount.
Yeah,
that's not happening. But I'm right there with you, man. My bad, I forgot a couple guys. Daniel Fale, and then it's looking like Kyle Van Noy, and neither D-Hop will be back. But just like, dude, whatever. Congrats on the contracts. Good luck to wherever these guys ended up individually. But like you said, it's just we didn't have the money to pay these guys. And we had 11 draft picks. We know how we are as a team, as a franchise. After being a fan for a while, you know how you are. We're not going to spend a free agency. We did. We got a big name player, but other than that, this team, this organization is going to try to build through the draft. We had 11 draft picks, so it was just like we were never going to be big spenders, and we were never going to go, retain a bunch of guys and then go sign a bunch of guys. We were going to build through the draft, and I think we did that. I think we hit, obviously, besides the center position, but it seems like they have some guys in the building so far that they like, that they, are given or willing to give a shot to win the center one position. And if they don't feel comfortable, maybe they dip in free agency late, but none of these guys I'm really missing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But with the old comes the new. Let's get to the class. The big name Trey Hendrickson is coming in on a 4-year deal from the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the premier edge rushers in the league. We know what he can do. Pop, we all know what happened. We backed out of the Max Crosby trade. We initially sent 2 ones over there. Everybody was excited for that. Oh, my God, we got Max Crosby. Then we didn't get Max Crosby, and then we got Trey Hendrickson. And I guess you could say, and Vega Ayane, if you want to count him like that. So just thoughts on Trey backing out of the Crosby trade, and just how you're feeling about, Trey being a Baltimore Raven.
I mean, I was upset about the trade when it first fell through. But then once all the details came out, and the realization that we just got Trey Hendrickson and we get to keep our first-round pick and spend at another position of need, and it wasn't as shady as people were originally saying, it was like, okay, this is perfect. And I think that Trey Hendrickson gets dropped in as immediately the best pass rusher that Lamar's ever played with.
100%.
Which is the second most valuable position in football, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know he hasn't had a clean bill of health, but if Trey Hendrickson stays healthy, this D-line is going to be an issue. Like,
yeah,
and probably the best D-line that Lamar has played with as well.
No doubt.
And when you think about the fact that Nnamdi is essentially a free agent too, if that all gets cleared out, like, you have a true number one inside and outside on your D-line. Like, shut up, bro. Like, come on. Like, that gets me so excited.
That's going to be nuts, bro. That's...
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I know.
I can't wait, man. Like, Trey Hendrickson is a dog. I think he had, back-to-back 17 and a half sack years, right? Like,
you got it.
Imagine that in Baltimore. Like, we haven't had that since 55 in Dumerville. No. Like, that was the last time we had dominant... Like, I can't imagine having a dominant edge presence again. Like, not a guy who getting home every now and then. Like, yo, this guy is closing games. Yeah. Like, I just always had that feeling every time we play the Steelers and we have to go on a late game drive. And I'm just like, yo, Alex Highsmith or TJ Watt, I've seen this play 1,000 times. Is going to somehow get free and strip sack the quarterback. Whether if it was Joe Flacco or Lamar Jackson, I've been watching it for as long as TJ Watt's been in the league. And it's so nice to finally have one of those guys in our house, in our building, playing in our colors. Like you said, I was very upset about the Max Crosby trade because I feel the same way about Crosby. And as we know, he's a better run defender. I feel like he's a little more that vet presence, that leadership, that lead by example, and I was very excited for that. But like you said, we kept our first-round pick. We were able to get better with that first-round pick. We also had traded our first-round pick for next year. So we also have next year's pick in a loaded draft class. So hopefully, anyway, it was going to be pick 32, but I'm excited to have the pick back. That's just one more player added to the team, one more premier talent. So very excited for Trey and the potential of that defense. Another free agent we signed, Calais Campbell, will be a part of that D-line, getting snaps, rotating in. It's going through the free agent class, like you said, Jalen Hawkins back there, bringing in John Simpson for the offensive line to complement
big move.
that pick we got back to use for Vega Ione. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I'm not even...
Javon Wynn?
Yeah, okay. I don't know why it's spelled like that. I ain't like that at all.
But you forgot Danny Pinter, too.
Yes, Big Pinter, the center. Re-signed Tyler Huntley, Chidobe Awuzie. So what are your thoughts on the free agent class? If I forget anybody, please remind me.
I mean, everyone besides Trey Hendrickson, to me, feels like raising the floor of all of those units. I mean, Jalen Hawkins was a necessity, or a safety was a necessity to let Kyle have that flexibility to play where he's needed. But I mean, you're raising the floor of the CB group with bringing Chidobe back. You're raising the floor of your starting offensive line with John Simpson. Raising the floor with all those offensive line signings. You're raising the floor of your D-line with Calais. Like, none of those were crazy moves, but they were all needed to, like, make it so that when injuries come, we're not screwed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But happy with the class.
I would say I feel like it's just like putting cosmetics on a car. Like,
yeah,
the car, the engine is locked in, is loaded. The engine is Lamar Jackson. The car is ready. The body's ready. The paint ready. This just throwing a little air freshener on it. You know, putting some scents in there. Throwing a little something on the steering wheel if that's your thing. You know, putting something on the headrest. This is so nice. This just to help it flow a little better. I think all these guys will be impactful. They have to be impactful for this to be a Super Bowl team. Durham Smythe has to make an impact. Like I'm not. When I say impact, I don't mean him going out there and producing 800 receiving yards. I mean him going out there blocking his ass off, and when the ball gets in his hands, to make a play, to not turn the ball over, but to make a play. Same thing goes for Trey Hendrickson, to go make a play. Jalen Hawkins, go make a play. Calais Campbell, go make a play. John Simpson, make a play. Like every play, make a play. And if these guys come out here and do that, man, like it's not gonna matter, because I know, not to say it's not gonna matter, it's just gonna make the ride a lot smoother, because I know the engine is going to be there if everybody else does their job. If Jesse Minter does what he has to do, Lamar Jackson does what he has to do, and everybody else does what they have to do, that's all that matters. Like it's going to run smoothly. So I think these were nice additions, nice pieces, but it's not the main thing. We know what the main thing is.
Yeah.
That's why our head coach is no longer here, because there was a problem with the main thing. For some reason, we couldn't figure it out with Lamar Jackson, with that head coach. So bringing a new coach and bringing some new guys, some new personnel. I feel like the personnel is a little different. I can't say that with Calais, because they would have brought Calais back. But, like, I don't know. I feel like Trey Hendrickson, that's something new. You know, going to spend 30 mil on a pass rusher.
I love that.
Bringing John Simpson back. I feel like his price tag was a little hefty. I feel like that was, I don't know if I see John making a move. I feel like John may have stayed with, giving Fale another chance instead of paying John, 10 mil a year. So I'm just excited for this class, man. Hopefully this can be a year. But another addition, another class, talked about the departure class, the arrival class, and now we got the draft class. Started off huge with a guy that we both wanted in the first round for the Baltimore Ravens, Big Ione from Penn State. Second round, we went Zion Young, edge from Missouri. Third round, Jacoby Lane, wide receiver from USC. Just talk to me about your reaction and your thoughts about those first three picks.
I think that picks 1 and 2 were chalk, or not chalk necessarily. The Vega pick was chalk. Everyone had that penned in before the draft, and it was the chalk pick. It was also the correct pick. It was an exciting pick. It was everything that the Ravens needed to do, and like I think every fan was a fan of beefing up that offensive line with what I thought was the best offensive lineman in the draft. I mean, I think other guys went earlier because they have the tackle flexibility, but I think Vega is the best pound-for-pound offensive lineman, even though it was interior. And then it's chalk with Zion Young, too. I would say our second biggest need was pass rush, or defensive line, rather, and I think Zion is a perfect addition with Mike Green and Zion, because neither of those two dudes probably, even with Trey Hendrickson's experience, are the run defender that Zion Young is on the edge. So you've got an early downs dude who's going to set the edge and let those other two guys fly off the ball when it's 3rd and long, because Zion Young, Travis Jones, Calais Campbell, and whoever else is playing that edge spot just forced 3rd and long. Like, I think those two picks were exactly how I explained the Vega one. Like, needed, but also the best pick.
Like I said earlier, I want to preface this. I don't want to feel like I keep going back to this John Harbaugh. Like I said, shout out to bro. But everything just feels brand new.
Yeah.
Like, those first three just scream size to me. Like, that's size, that's FU football, that's beat you up football. Those are three large human beings who we drafted. Those Vega Ione. I don't know the measure. I can't give you the measurables off the top of my head. I know the kid at least 6'4", 6'5", 310, 320. Zion Young, I think was 6'5", like 240, 260s, in that range. Jacoby Lane 6'4". That's some size, man. Like, there's no LeJontay Wester, no Zay Flowers, no Adisa Isaac, no I'm blanking. From Michigan, the DN. Ojabo. Even Mike Green is a little. Like, this was size. This was about dominance. This was about winning the line of scrimmage. And I was very excited for these first 3 picks.
I think that all 3 were needs. All 3 were good values. All 3 are good football players. And, like, they were all great picks. I think that's what you want to accomplish on day 1 of the draft. And then maybe day 3, you take flyers on traits and maybe roles that you need filled within your team. But to come out with 3 positions of need, 3 values in the draft, 3 good players, like, you can't do much better than that, Eric DeCosta.
Yeah. Kudos to bro. Like, I just watching Lane play football, watching some of his tape, man, like, his catch radius is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely ridiculous. If it goes up in his direction, he's coming down with it. Yeah. That's D-Hop a couple years ago. Obviously, he made that one hand against Buffalo, but we didn't get that D-Hop where if you throw it anyway, his direction is coming down with it. And to get that in a young guy who's excited to play football, who's excited to be here, I'm very excited to see his potential and where he could end up. Obviously, he has to work his way through the depth chart, but I'm very excited for Lane. Obviously, all 3 of these guys, Vega Iona, I could go on about all day. His tape, excellent. As an old lineman, that's just chef's kiss. I feel like he could be a Quentin Nelson all-pro type of guy immediately. But I want to show some love to the rest of these guys. Elijah Surratt, Chandler Rivers, Josh Cuevas. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. And Adam Randall, who's drafted by Steve Bisciotti. Talk to me about those 4 through 5 guys. Double dipping at wide receivers around 3 to 4 back to back, and then picking up, a slot corner, another tight end, and then a tall 6'3" convert from wide receiver to running back out of Clemson.
I love the Surratt pick. I think that there is a world where he is a better player than Jacoby Lane, but
I can see that.
The Ravens love to double dip at positions of need. They did it 3 times in this draft.
Yep.
So you're just giving yourself a better chance of filling that role that you want to see filled when you do that. And to do that at receiver with 2 big guys when you need a big guy makes total sense to me. When you let 2 tight ends walk out the door, go ahead and draft 2 more guys that you like. And then you double dip at offensive line too, where you have a need there. That's the great thing about how Eric has built this team is, like, there's really no glaring holes outside of the offensive line and, like, some backup wide receiver backup. So, like, you can really just double dip as many times as you want.
Yeah.
When you only have, like, 3 or 4 true needs like that.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that. That he can, not to say he can, but just being able to be like, okay, we don't need to get better at guard. Let's take 2 guards. So this is like that just kind of breaks down some of your evaluation process. Like, okay, obviously you're evaluating every prospect. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you may be able to tell your scouts, okay, like, if we take a quarterback, we're not taking a quarterback to the 7th round. So you don't need to go watch, Mendoza's tape. It's not going to happen. You can start at, like, quarterback 210. We have Derek, we have Justice, we have Rasheen. You don't need to start really watching film until, like, rank, like, 150, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just makes your scouting easier so that okay,
Yeah.
I don't have to spend as much time watching running backs, quarterbacks. I can really watch these wide receivers and tight ends, so I really feel comfortable about taking two guys. There are two guys in the class in that third, fourth round that I really like because we watched enough film on them. Because we don't have a bunch of holes everywhere else, and we can kind of just hopefully, let these guys sit, marinate, and then plug and play eventually, and then we can hit the ground running.
Like, do you think that Eric had his staff extensively looking at the day 1 and day 2 cornerbacks and safeties? Probably not.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, we all know who Caleb Downs were, but we didn't spend 5 hours watching Caleb Downs tape. Like,
yeah.
Sure, we may have brought him in for a visit, but we were watching the guys in the 4th, 5th round. Like, that's what we were watching, if we took one.
So I love the draft strategy with that.
Yeah. It's a well-built team.
Yeah.
So talk to me, because everybody's been talking about him, so that means we have to talk about him. A little more about Adam Randall, the 6'3" wide receiver converted to running back.
I can't say I'm super stoked. Like, I think that this running back class was historically bad.
That's fair.
I'm intrigued about the size. Like, just the fact that he's such a good receiving back at that size, it's like there's definitely a role on third downs for him, especially when Justice inevitably leaves. But, like, dude, how are you that big and you play with so little power? Like,
yeah. I mean, he's a wide receiver. That tell you
230 pounds, dog.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you bring him in because you hope Derrick Henry can teach him that physicality, because they're probably the two closest running backs to each other in terms of size.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, but dude, like, he is not. When I say 230-pound running back, you're not thinking about how Adam Randall plays football, to me.
That's fair.
Until he can learn some of that, like, I'm intrigued about him as a big third down receiving back, but, like, beyond that, not too much.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. And another thing is the ball security. He was a wide receiver. He played 1 year running back. Like, I know he putting that ball on the ground.
Yeah.
Especially now the ball just got bigger. So, learn, young buck, soak it in, take all the knowledge. Your opportunities, take care of them. But like you said, hopefully it turns into something in a couple of years. That's more what I'm excited for. Maybe something, developmental, but I'm not really worried about him making a day one impact. It was just Steve Bisciotti, picked him. So
it's definitely a fun pick in terms of traits. Like, if you were going to pick a running back out of this class with your current running back room, I'd rather it be someone who's got the straight line speed of Nicholas Singleton or the size of Adam Randall. Don't take a dude that might be able to give you some carries right away, but isn't going to be a long-term starter,
Yeah, I agree with that. So, rounding up the class, you got punter Ryan Eckley, D-tackle Rashawn Benny out of Michigan. Eckley's from Michigan State, and then Evan Bernstein from Northwestern. Thoughts on the presumed new punter, and then grabbing a D-tackle and another guard.
This is just so chalky Ravens drafting, or so typical. It's like, okay, we needed a punter, so we took that. We just took Aeneas Peebles and the 5th Big Ten offensive lineman in the 7th round that we've taken.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how these pass rush focused DTs keep falling so late to us. This is exactly like Aeneas Peebles last year.
Yeah.
And then I just think you can never go wrong taking Big Ten offensive linemen on day 3. So I I get that. And then Eckley, I don't know much about him as a punter. That's going to have to be seen by me as he plays, but it was a need, and I think he'll probably be good. We'll see.
Honestly, yeah, long time special teams coach, Randy Brown called him a young Sam Cooke. So
okay, that definitely gets me excited.
Stamp of approval. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, like Rashawn Benny, I was watching some of his tape, man. He looks good.
Yeah.
To get that value 7th round, maybe he can, working with Jesse Minter in the past at Michigan. Maybe, he understands some of his terminology early, so maybe he skips a couple guys in a rotation. Maybe he gets a hold of it a little faster than maybe, Aeneas learning it for the first time, or a Broderick, something like that. You never know what can happen. And then, like you said, grab another guard, grab him some depth. Can never be against that. Can never have too many offensive linemen, in my opinion. So, I love this class. Me personally, it might be an overgrade. I'm giving this class an A-. I'm not giving it an A because we didn't get a center. But other than that, I give it an A-. Pop, where you at with this draft class?
I'd probably go right there with you.
A-.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that it was definitely tough to not see a center get taken, but you don't know how they're going to feel about this center class. A lot of people had mixed reviews on this center class. Who was the best prospect, where a guy should have gone. So I'm fine with them waiting a year and doing a true rotation at that position this year. But you would have liked to see that position get addressed. But otherwise, definitely. I think Surratt was a steal. Jacoby Lane was maybe a little bit too early. But other than that, like, all good picks.
Yeah,
it was tough.
I can't be mad at that. Me personally, I'm a big fan of those wide receivers back to back. We've been asking for wide receivers. He gave us some wide receivers.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what they can possibly do. We're going on for a while. This is getting long. So I'm going to get to the schedule, and we're not going to hold these people hostage for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So the schedule came out not too long ago. What day it was from when we're recording, I couldn't tell you. But the schedule's out. We know when the Ravens are playing football, and that's all that really matters. Week 1, we're starting off on the road at Indianapolis. September 13th. Pop, we'll touch on game 1 real quick, and then we'll kind of skim through the rest of the season. So what are your thoughts on game 1, starting off on the road, and playing an Indianapolis Colts team led by Daniel Jones, presumably?
I think it's a good game to start us out. It should be a tough team, but not a team that we can't beat if we are playing up to the level that we think we're going to play up to this year.
Yeah.
And I also don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be ready right away, so we'll see on that.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. If it was you, if it was me, we should beat the Colts. Because I would feel the same way if John Harbaugh was a coach. And I'm expecting bigger and better things from Jesse Minter. So I'm not going to, his first time coaching and be all worried. Man, I expect these guys to hit a full throttle. That's what they've been talking. So that's what I'm expecting. So I expect us to go in week 1 and handle business just like I would any other time. So I'm excited for that week one matchup on the road. So a couple key points of the schedule. 4 to 6 first games are on the road. We played week 3 in Brazil versus Dallas. 5 primetime games across the different networks and schedules. 4 straight division games to finish the year, including New Year's Eve at Cincinnati, a Week 18 game versus Pittsburgh, potentially primetime. the time is TBD, but just like last year, that was the same situation and got flexed. And our opponents this year, if you haven't figured it out looking at the schedule, are the AFC South and the NFC South. So, Pop, just what are your initial thoughts on the schedule? Starting off on the road for the most part, going to Rio, and finishing off the schedule strong with a lot of AFC North opponents.
I think that it looks like we are very equipped to be a very high seed in the playoff seeding this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that the opponents are favorable. I think that our big road trip, I guess, flight to Rio is sandwiched with the Saints and the Titans, both at home.
Yep.
I think that you're probably looking at a 12-5, 13-4 team with some fun games against some big opponents, but a very, very beatable schedule in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Obviously,
it's definitely easier than last year.
Yeah, that stretch going at Pittsburgh, home versus Cleveland, at Cincinnati, home versus Pittsburgh. That's going to be difficult. Playing all those teams just back to back to back like that. Obviously, those teams know you better than anybody else. Circling that November 1st game against Buffalo, obviously, I want my get back, but we all know the playoffs. I mean, the regular season doesn't matter. It's the playoffs where it matters. Houston, I want my get back for that one, too.
Yeah.
Because Lamar was out. That was phony.
No
that
doubt.
was Cooper Rush. That didn't count. We own the Texans. Every time Lamar has played them, it's been BTA. So I want that one back for sure. But I'm excited, man. Hopefully I can get to some of these games. That Rio game sounds insane. I know Lamar's fan base out there is crazy. Would love to get to that. But I'm just excited. Excited to see the schedule, man. It just means we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, bro. It's going to be a crazy season, but I could not be more excited.
So I know you said 12-5, 13-14. Just to give me an official number, what you got for me?
I'm gonna go 13-4.
I'm gonna up you and I'm gonna go 14-3. I'm gonna go. I think Jesse Minter shocks a lot of people year one.
Yeah,
I think we handled business, and because I'm not looking at no teams where I'm like, I'm struggling to find 3 losses.
I know, but they'll like that's the thing. It's like I started to go through each of the teams and be like, okay, this is a win. This is a win. Like, where am I? I'm about to go through this whole schedule, and there's not going to be a team that the Ravens can't beat, and probably will beat. Like,
see, and I had that same doubt in my head, and then I remembered John Harbaugh resides in New York.
yeah,
So, who knows? Why not be optimistic?
Yeah.
If the Ravens defense
that's why it was.
can play like the Chargers defense, and Lamar Jackson can emulate the Bears offense, the Lions offense, why can't we go undefeated?
Yeah.
So
Why can't we?
I'm right there with you, man. Before we get out of here, I'll give you one last question. Bigger bounce back year for Mark Andrews or Rashad Bateman? What you got for me?
Mark.
Okay.
I haven't even counted Rashad in starting lineups. Like, I'm ready for him to be out the door.
I'm just praying that 2024 Bateman is still in there somewhere, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, sadly, I'm with you, man. I'm rooting for Andrews.
What about you? Who do you think is going to do it? Mark?
I think common sense says Mark, but something in my heart says Bate.
Yeah.
Something with Declan Doyle, if he's that number 2. I'm more thinking about Detroit, like J-Mo. obviously I know Bateman isn't J-Mo fast, but if you can give me 800, I'll take it. I don't need 1,000 from my wide receiver too, because we got Big Henry. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think Bateman might show up this year.
I think so too. I think that he could provide something, but I don't know why that dude is so inconsistent. Like, I think everyone knows from like the second he got to Baltimore, like he is capable. Like when he was like getting first down after first down after first down, I was like, okay, this dude can clearly play.
Like he has the talent.
It's just like consistency.
Yeah, that's the word for Rashad Bateman for sure.
Yeah.
But all right, man. I think that wraps it up. We were on here yapping for a while.
Yeah, that was definitely like an hour-long episode.
Yeah, sorry for yapping our ears off if you made it this far. If you did, we appreciate you for listening. There's a lot of Ravens football to talk about, so why not sit here together and talk about it?
And I won't be on tour anymore until at least September or so. So we'll be talking ball.
That's a lot of time for some Ravens football. I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we appreciate y'all listening. This is another episode of the Poppin T Podcast. This is your host, Poppin T, signing out.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
See y'all
Go
soon,
Ravens.
Man.